Hello, everybody, and welcome to TTV
Mardi
episode
Gras!
358.
Oh my gosh.
Raw.
You guys have
Oh
way too
my
much
goodness.
energy, guys. I'm
350.
Oh, jeez.
350.
Hey guys, the podcast is still rated PG.
These guys.
I am... Don't you interrupt the name order. I'm about to get to the name order, LJ. Come on, don't you
I'm
understand
sorry.
how this
I'm
works?
purple.
I'm Var.
I'm LJ.
I'm Ven.
I'm purple.
And I'm Leo.
See, don't you feel silly because you said that twice, Purple?
No.
Okay, well, you
Listen, it's
should.
been a long time since I've been on an episode, so maybe people forgot what color I am.
What?
Oh yeah.
Technically, it's in your
welcome
name,
back
right?
to
She's-
TTV
she's
Purple.
I'm purple, yeah, hi.
What made you want to come back after all this time? It's been so long.
Probably the money.
There's only like 3 people here.
Yeah.
So this was like
I don't know
a
why
pity
I'm here
join,
too.
like, oh, the poor little podcast is missing people.
I mean, partially, but also like on larger episodes, it's harder to like actually contribute.
is
That's
true.
fair.
That's fair.
And you know what? I blame Meso for that, but he's not here to be able to take the.
Yeah, speaking
Take
of
the heat.
Meso, I'm sure the listeners have noticed that he is not the one introducing this episode, which is something we were not prepared for. We don't know where he is right now.
Yeah.
That's why we're late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just decided to go ahead and start without him. Hopefully he's not dead. We do not know.
Oh.
That would be
Yeah,
so
knock on
awkward. Anyway,
woods.
let's talk crap about him behind his
Oh my gosh.
Now we have other things to talk about. Oh my god, this is a horrible transition, but
So tell me, Ben, what are you about to transition to?
Speaking of death,
Oh my gosh. No.
oh,
way too soon. But yeah, we lost a great idol today, and I shouldn't be laughing about it because I was genuinely sad when I heard the news. But yeah, rest in peace, James Earl Jones, voice of Mufasa, Darth Vader, among many other roles that he has done, both as a voice talent and as just an overall great actor.
You know,
that's got to be the roughest transition to a
Yeah.
topic that we've ever had in the history of TTV.
it's made a lot
Yeah, but
worse.
what's TTV without its awkward transitions?
See, the problem with that transition is that it was unfortunately extremely smooth, but for like all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Like that was one of the best transitions this podcast has ever had, but it was bad.
It was
Yeah,
one of the
yeah.
best and also one of the
Yeah.
worst.
It's
You are correct, yeah.
it's probably
You're
okay.
welcome.
So 2 things. One, it's probably not great that I have a picture of us all
So wait,
smiling
hang
and
on. The YouTube chat. What? This is how I find out about this?
and that's the
No.
second thing.
No.
Oh no.
No, yeah,
Well-
and we also the photo of us all smiling.
And now I would feel bad if I transitioned it now to a picture of him. 'Cause it's a disaster. We can't be trusted without Meso here.
The, the photo just like dissolves and it's James Earl Jones behind it in black and white.
We are losing viewers.
And this is
We
really why the
lost.
podcast is ending.
We need Meso back. We need to get back on the
We
rails.
just canceled ourselves for real.
Me is a broad term there.
Well,
You.
it is definitely a sad passing. Thankfully, he made it to the ripe old age of 93. That was a very long, happy life that he was able to live, a very successful life. So,
Yeah.
rest in peace, James
Agreed.
Earl Jones. We gotta get out of this.
Yeah,
let's
we
not
need to
delete
leave.
it.
I was
need
gonna
to-
say,
you know what?
like,
Okay,
genuinely,
Let's-
it's the fact that he's been Darth Vader for so long that is honestly surprising to me. Because I was up
didn't-
until what I think it was Kenobi like the last thing we heard him.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
But you'll
Is he in the-
continue.
in
You
the-
will continue to hear him because he did sign over.
Yeah, he
the,
signed over his rights.
Yeah, the rights to his voice to be generated with AI to Disney.
Really?
Yes,
Huh.
he did that. I think last year. It was a good amount of time ago.
Now that you mention it, I feel like I do remember seeing an article or like a headline about that.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. Okay, cool. I feel a little weird about that, but I guess if he was cool with it, then
Yeah, it was his.
Yeah, I mean,
decision.
like if he'd signed off on it, then
I mean,
Yeah.
the only issue with it, I think, is just sure he did do that, but now that just kind of lends his voice to be used for who knows how many decades. Nobody to replace him.
it does
No, nobody
maybe
gets a
raise some
chance.
questions of how informed he was to be able to fully consent to something like that at the age of 93.
Well,
Mhm.
that was a couple years ago, right? Like 5-6 years ago. I don't really remember how it
No.
was.
It was recent.
I mean, he
Was it
definitely
recent?
he must have gotten the idea that his voice will be immortalized. It's gonna carry on forever. He will forever be the voice of Darth Vader, even in passing. So, I mean, to me, low key, that'd be kind of an easy sell. Like if you're like, oh hey Ven, you can be the voice of Onua forever, even after you're gone. I'd be like, oh,
I
I mean, that does
it's-
sound kind of nice.
I think it's fine, but it doesn't give other people the chance to now pick up the mantle, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
I also just feel like if it were me, I'd feel kind of odd about like
yeah,
the studio like parading my corpse around basically when
Yeah.
I'm gone.
well,
I don't know if I like that idea.
the benefit.
But
to
it's Disney.
It's not just for Star Wars, obviously. It's also for like Lion King and.
I was gonna
Any
make
other
like a
Jason
Walt
Parker?
Disney Frozen in Ice joke, but
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah. So he did sign it over. I can't find the actual date he did it. This is all. These articles are a mess.
I mean, can you see when the article was posted? Like on Google?
Well, that's the thing. The articles are all today. They touch on this. There we go. It was September of 2022.
wow.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
So 2 years ago,
Yep.
Spooky.
91.
91, man. What a life.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope
Wait,
I
so
don't
does that
make it
mean
to
he's gonna be?
91.
Does that mean he's gonna be Mufasa forever too, or
This
Probably.
just talks
Is he in the
about-
I wouldn't doubt
new? Is he in the new
Okay.
Mufasa movie coming out?
I think he
don't-
is.
Probably they're gonna have scenes where not live action Mufasa will be talking, obviously, right? But I don't know.
We
I
gotta
don't
stop
care. I'm
calling
not
it live
watching that
action
movie.
Mufasa. It's still just. It's just
It's
3D
still
animated.
I know it's
Mufasa.
animated. I hate it.
You know who
Well,
else hates it?
I'm on the Wikipedia page for it, and it's trying to search his name, and I'm not seeing it anywhere. So
Well, I don't know if we'll know anything about it till the movie's out. Right?
Yeah,
It's gonna
probably
be
not.
as vague as possible.
what was
have
that?
tribute
What were you
him
gonna
at
say,
the end,
LJ?
Oh, yeah. The other person who hates it, Meso.
Yeah, he's not here, unfortunately.
up.
To...
Mhm.
Meso hates a lot of
Rag on
things.
That's
Yeah,
my line.
He also
I'm supposed to
loves
hate
a
it.
lot of things.
That's true. I really wanted him to be here so we could talk about Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, I
mean,
like that movie.
We can still probably talk about it. I was gonna say.
Yeah, but it's gonna. Yeah, we still could.
I was gonna say, hey, it's fine. Let's go ahead and move into a non-controversial topic, which we will definitely ace. The new lead singer of Linkin Park.
Hell yeah. Heck yeah. Crap.
Are we skipping
Wow,
to that?
You just
No,
completely
I'm
like
just- I'm
ruined
just-
my segue into Deadpool and Wolverine.
You skipped
Thanks.
over like 2 topics.
Oh, are we doing all these
Dang.
topics in order?
You're really bad.
So the new iPhone has been revealed.
We're
and
skipping
it is just another phone.
Oh my
Anyways,
Hey guys, we hung out recently.
Okay, all right, back on the rails.
Spider-Man 4.
While we're on the
Oh,
Ew, dude.
whatever that is, literally spit it out. Like, I don't like that.
anyway, while we're on the topic of movies,
Illustrious phlegm.
there is some Spider-Man 4 news. Am I right?
Yeah.
Right, Ben?
You're wrong.
What is that? What is that news? I don't know anything about it. So
Oh, well, news came out today. Well, basically giving us our first few details about the production, like who's going to be directing it and who's writing. And I guess we're going to get both Tom Holland and Zendaya back in it.
Right.
So,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they're in like talks to return. They're not
Yeah.
quite confirmed yet.
which I mean, I guess it's like, well, duh, of course Tom Holland's going to come back. But I
Tom
guess
Holland,
the Zendaya thing was always kind of up in the air because of the way that No Way Home ended. So it was like, oh, is he going to move on to a new love interest? Is he not? Seems like they're still going to include her somehow. What I think is interesting is they got the director of the Shang-Chi movie to direct this one.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Um,
Wait,
yeah.
wasn't there like news or something about like depending on the director of the next Spider-Man movie, it will determine whether or not it's a multiverse movie?
Yeah, I remember hearing something about that.
Yeah, wasn't it like if the old director, I think is James something,
James
returns,
Watts.
it's going to be a
Or
multiverse
sorry, John
movie?
Watts.
John Watts.
Yeah, John Watts. I
That's
think
what
if he
I
returns,
don't
it'll be a
remember.
multiverse movie.
I'll
If
be
he
honest,
doesn't-
I've been kind of like hands in the air, I suppose, just like hands off about any Spider-Man 4 news. I have not kept up with any of it
Yeah,
until I guess that new news that came out today or yesterday, whatever.
Yeah, I haven't really been keeping up with Marvel news or anything really for
Yeah.
a while.
So I don't know. But I think it's interesting that we have a new director, which I'm fine with because I think John Watts' style got a little not maybe a little on the stale side for me. I think I'm definitely ready for like another take on Spider-Man.
knows?
But
Yeah.
what I am a little bit disappointed by is that they're bringing in the same writers from the past trilogy, because again, it's like I kind of want a fresh take. I've seen what kind of like scripts we've gotten from these guys before for Spider-Man, the way they want to write him, the characters they write for him, the plots and all that, and I'm like, I don't know. It'd be cool to see something different. I feel like I know what I'm getting into.
Yeah.
Like it feels like it might be another popcorn-ish type of movie, which is what I would peg the Tom Holland movies as.
I mean, isn't that a majority of Marvel movies, though?
Yeah, it is, and that's my criticism of Marvel overall.
Okay.
But
I agree with
that
that.
doesn't mean like Spider-Man can't be any different, because for me it always has been, or at least when it was
mean,
like
all
the
the-
Raimi
all-
movies, when it was
yeah.
the first Amazing Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
It felt like they did try their best to kind of be their own like thing. Especially Spider-Man 2 and Amazing Spider-Man. Those really tried hard to just kind of tell their own story, which is something I really did appreciate. Whereas with these newer movies, it's like, okay, Homecoming was cool because you had that whole refresh. We're going back to high school. It's a fresh new take on Spider-Man and everything. I did love that movie when it first came out. I felt like Far From Home didn't really do anything new or different from it, and No Way Home was just very much like a celebration of Spider-Man overall type of movie. It wasn't like meant to be its own thing.
I just like Far From Home because of Mysterio, but
I
how stupid
really
he
like
looks.
Homecoming. I think it might be one of my favorite Spider-Man movies.
Really?
It ranks high for me.
Yeah.
That's good too.
Yeah. I do think the director and the writing style worked really well for like baby Spider-Man, like
Yeah.
beginner, like teenage Spider-Man. But I do want to start seeing more mature stories where the character is an adult handling more serious things and actually trying to balance a real life with the superhero life.
I
and it not
agree.
being as low stakes as Homecoming was.
I just want my street level Spider-Man. Like, I don't want another multiverse thing.
Yeah,
where you
I'm
have
over the
Spider-Verse
multiverse
for
stuff.
that.
True.
Yeah.
Speaking of Spider-Verse, I did just see a new article, or not an article, but like a tweet on Twitter. So take that with a grain of salt. I don't know what is genuine or what isn't. But on this Twitter account discussing film, they just posted a thing that says that most of Beyond the Spider-Verse has been scrapped and it's unlikely to release before 2027.
Ooh, wow.
So that is
I-
that's not
Wow, that's crazy news.
No
What?
way.
That's crazier news than Spider-Man 4 news. Hold up.
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
I saw that
Screw
too.
Spider-Man 4. What? That
Yikes.
is crazy, dude.
I want to know if it's Sony higher ups or if it's the directors and doing it
Oh,
again.
wow.
And see, though, this is a
Rough.
good thing. Like, this is a
Yeah.
positive thing.
Really?
I mean, it
Because-
could
Is it?
be.
Yeah,
Is
because
It could be.
Yes, okay, it could be. It could be a positive thing because one of the big things we heard after the last movie came out was that there was a excuse me, there was a lot of crunch, there was a lot of overtime that the workers were forced to make to hurry to get it done before its release date. There were a lot of developmental issues.
Yeah, but all this means is that all that crunch time was scrapped for more
Yeah,
crunch time.
well, no, that was for the last movie. I don't know about this one.
I
Yeah.
would be inclined to assume that this movie also had a similar amount of crunch, considering they were originally supposed to put it out this year, and they only decided, like, I guess
it was
very last
wasn't it
minute.
supposed to be one movie? Then they split it into two.
No,
movies?
it was always going to be 2, but it was the
Okay.
part 2 was supposed to come out earlier this year, which isn't that long after the release of the second one.
Yeah.
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So it's like they barely had time to ride the coattails of the last one, and they were already thinking that they were gonna put it out as a 2024 release, and that's like, no, there's no way. Even the directors were saying, yeah, no, there's no way we're gonna make that release date happen, and then the announcement came out that it got delayed. So I don't know,
Yeah.
man. That's worrisome.
The Mockingbird in our patron chat pointed something out that I also am kind of feeling. Just the fact that they're scrapping stuff at all feels like there's less of a narrative plan.
Right? Like, what's the vision?
Which is a problem because the last movie is like hinges on that overarching narrative. So like, if there's no plan and the movie it was building up to has been scrapped, then like it kind of destroys the previous movie that just came out too.
Dude, if this trilogy ends on a bad movie, I'm gonna be so upset.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
Like, yeah,
crazy.
I don't know. To me, the idea of scrapping what you had planned for this movie does not point to a positive
Yeah.
scenario for the future of it.
Fair
But
enough.
I don't know. We'll see. I hope. I mean, I hope it means good things.
I hope this is all false. I hope that this is false information.
Yeah, I don't-
Why
And that they're just.
I don't know how trustworthy this account
discussing
is.
film is pretty accurate with their reporting usually.
Okay.
Oh,
They usually
God.
Yeah.
just disseminate stuff from like other publications, but
Oh, well, I hope in this case that they're wrong. I hope the movie is still in post, that they're working hard, like tidying up
you want
the
them
animation here and there, that all the animators, all the artists are being paid appropriately and given the proper amount of time to. God, I hate this. There's so many things. I just want to see this
Copium
movie
Scoob.
too.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying
I don't
to
know how
enjoy
Zach
things.
does it so often. I really don't.
Yeah. It feels like we're at a time where it becomes more challenging to just be able to enjoy something without like some kind of news ruining it.
There's always something.
Which I think brings us to our next topic. Hey, everybody, one of our favorite bands is back.
What the heck?
That was a really
is
good
a way
segue.
to-
That was
that is
solid.
good.
Linkin Park
I
is
thought-
back.
Yeah, Linkin Park's back. That's
Okay,
crazy.
what, man? What?
Heck
What?
yeah.
do you
No,
wanna say?
nothing.
What's
Nothing.
going on?
Jeez,
had a
why are
fucking
you coming at me?
transition, And
I
here
just
you
thought
are ruining
you
it.
were going to
What do
talk
you
about
want?
another thing,
What do
and
you
then
want?
you went into this thing. And you know what? I'm here
They
for
did
it.
a
I'm
concert a
following
few
it.
days ago, and it was so cool. I haven't watched
I'm
a Linkin Park
following the
concert
order
since
that
I was
you
literally
put
in
it
high
down.
school, like 10
Dude,
years ago.
yeah, I saw it was
It was
crazy,
so epic,
right?
and now my
I saw
favorite
that,
band
and
is
I was
back,
like,
and they
wow,
got a
this is
new
actually
You not
singer,
ruin the
yeah.
episode.
and she has a cool voice.
Yeah,
and
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Are they in
Okay,
the
that
The
Transformers
new
show.
movie?
song they teased was good.
When they opened
And
up
the
with the
album
new
art is
song,
pretty.
I was hyped. I was like, okay, cool, I'm here for
Same.
this. But then when they started
Good job,
performing the
Purple.
older songs, I was like, oh, okay, I don't
Dude,
know.
our viewership dropped from like 35 to 16 so fast.
All
No,
because you guys
listen,
wanted to fight
viewers,
over
don't
that
leave.
really good segue.
It was all right. Okay, it was an all right.
Oh,
segue.
come on.
I look as the as
As
the
what,
leading
then?
expert in
Ranking of
segues.
segues.
As a leading expert in segues, I gotta say, Linkin Park's new song is actually pretty good.
It is pretty good. I'm literally listening
it's
to it
pretty
right
good.
now.
I've every time I've listened to it after the first one, I've come to like it and enjoy it a little bit more.
Yeah, I really like it.
I definitely appreciate that they're going with the heavier sound that they haven't done in a while. I think the new singer sounds great with this sound, and I'm excited to hear the new album.
Same.
I'm excited to make new Bionicle music videos with the new songs.
Yeah.
Well, you know who really?
Dude, okay.
You know-
Unironically, you should definitely make like a 100% serious Bionicle AMV with like all of your like
Oh, I'll
new
do it.
skills and stuff like that. Just make it the most epic thing like ever, and just blow like teenage
Okay,
you out of the water completely.
I've thought about that, but the fact that you're actually vocalizing this and sending it into the universe only makes me want to do it that much more. So I think I will do it.
Yeah,
I think I'm
dude,
gonna
the
do it.
opposite. Dang.
like it's really cool because I made that whole like Ninjago comic or whatever, and it's just like making that and comparing it to the one I made 10 years ago. It's just like, dang, I'm really good at comics,
Dude, I
It's
feel
like
that.
being proud of yourself.
I absolutely feel that. Like, I redrew some art recently that I made, however, like 10 years ago, and I felt the same thing. I was like, oh
Yeah.
my god, I know my stuff now. I'm amazing. Look at me go.
Yeah, and like I also feel like I'm getting to that age where like if I redrew something from 10 years ago in high school, I was like literally still a child. So it's like it's obviously going to be improvement, but it's like small child versus teenager, But
Right.
now it's like proper adult. I'm almost 30 versus when I was taking art really seriously as a teenager. And I'm still like improving a lot. And it's like, it's cool. It's like you can see more of a comparison,
Dude, I absolutely understand where you're coming from, because like when LJ and I used to make comics back when we were youngins, that was always that was like my day-to-day thing, and I always thought I was good at it because I didn't know like anyone else IRL that did it, and I was whatever. So anyway, I go back and I do it now with like Photoshop and just this other program I started using for like doing pixel art. I'm like, man, I wish I had this amount of talent and skill back then, because I'm killing it. Like, I started making comics again just for funsies, and I was like, wow, look at me go. Look at this. Anyway,
Oh yeah, man.
I kind of did a similar thing because the 10-year anniversary of...
LJ making comics again?
Nope, not comics. I kind of did a similar thing with my reviews because the recaps celebrated 10 years, I think in December. And I didn't remake my review, but I remade like the layout, and it's crazy to see the quality improvement from just a decade before, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
Comics are never happening for me again. I can't do it.
Ooh, stinky.
Points and
Lame.
laughs.
Boo hiss. Hiss. Well, that's too bad, because, I mean, come on, dude. That was that was a big part of our history.
I know.
No,
It
I'm
was
with
always-
LJ. I can't do comics anymore.
It was like, it was always Bionicle,
I
comics,
can't even pick up a pencil
Halo,
anymore, let alone
and
draw.
Minecraft, and Linkin Park. Those are like, that's like the list of things that brought us together.
True.
It's true. Now Halo 5 is coming to PC.
Possibly.
Is it
Ew.
actually?
Yeah, it's like through a Not really a VM, but kinda like
I don't want that.
it's not
But-
official.
Wait, it's not official. I thought it was official.
I don't think it's It's like a weird way to do it. I think.
It is a fan thing, like.
Oh.
But
Okay. Well, I mean,
it's
hey,
gonna be
like,
open source.
if it works, that's neat. Like, I don't like Halo 5 that much, but it's cool that the possibility of being able to play it
Okay, so
on PC is cool. But
here's the idea. I'm gonna make a
no.
Bionicle AMV with Linkin Park's new music. Var, you should totally hop on Naruto AMVs. I think you would blow that out of the water.
You know who really
Got
liked,
it.
unironically, made a bunch and really liked making Linkin Park Bionicle AMVs?
Meso.
Meso.
So I know, dude.
You made it
This is
sound
like the
it's-
worst
it's
episode
dead.
for him to
Literally,
not show
I've-
up to.
I literally found out about Linkin Park through Bionicle AMVs.
There's a really good chance you
Oh,
listened to
wow.
one of Meso's, because one of Meso's
Dang.
is really
You
popular.
Yeah. Are they AMVs if they're Bionicle?
Well,
Yeah.
not- you know what
Isn't
it
the
means.
It's
anime
animated
kind of
music. It's
Oh,
animated music video.
animated? Okay.
Oh, then it does
Okay.
count. I'm gonna
Yeah.
try to find it
Alright.
right now. Bionicle
Real
AMV.
quick, Purple, you talked about that comic you made. Can you talk about it a little bit so I can like put it up on the screen?
I can. I can.
Yeah,
do
show
that.
off that comic, dude. Because oh man, the art.
Thank you. Yeah, so way back 10 years ago when I was in high school, I tried making a Ninjago fan comic because I'm not really a fan fiction writer, but like I could draw, so that was like my thing. And it was about Rebooted was coming out, and I was like, oh, well, if everything's about like electricity and robots and stuff, then Jay could be pretty important because he controls lightning. But of course they did that thing where like they all lose their powers for a season, because why would they ever have their powers? So I was just like, I'm gonna make this whole edgy alternate universe fan fiction thing, and I did like one chapter and then I got burnt out. Ben, did you have something?
Yeah, I'm so sorry to cut you off, but I was listening and funny. I got another great little transition here. I was looking through Meso's YouTube trying to
Oh my
find his
God.
AMVs. I found this. What's going on here? It's just, and it's not just that many. It's like you keep scrolling and it just keeps going.
Dude, it's a lot.
What is
The
this?
best one's Adventure.
You've been introduced to Meso's psyche, is what you've been
Dude,
introduced.
he was losing it.
Okay.
The man is a freak. The
I-
man's
Adventures
insane.
I gotta put this up. I'm so
Dude,
upset
no,
he's
put
not
it
here to
up
talk
on
about
the-
this. Okay,
Dude, you made me cry.
I can.
Wait, okay, hold up. But before we get to that, Purple, please finish like explaining.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just,
Yeah.
that completely threw me off.
Yeah, no, freaking jump scare. But yeah, so flash forward 10 years later, I realized the 10th anniversary of when I first started posting this old comic was like this year. And I was like I realized this about a year ago today. So I was like, hey, what if I just like made the comic?
Yeah, now that you're
Like,
like
I
super
actually-
awesome and good at art.
Yeah,
and
now that I
making
actually
comics.
like know what I'm doing, know how to like pace things, know like my own limits and yada yada yada. So what I did is I like shortened it down to something that was actually manageable, because originally it was going to be like an entire like season rewrite. What if everything in the entire season was different because of this one thing? But I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to kill myself over a comic. So it's the new comic is 43 pages. I did it all in like 7 months or something. And it is like basically all the fun stuff I wanted to
7
do.
months.
It's like, it's Jay getting all cyborgy. It's Nia and Cole having to like fight him and rescue him. And it's like, I'm really proud of it. It's like one of the
Yeah.
best things I've ever made. It's like I finally made the Nindroid J comic, man. Like this thing is
Dude.
like the
I love your
original was
passion.
like a part of like Ninjago fandom lore. And like when I posted about this on Tumblr, like so many of the comments were from people who had read the original when it came out. They're like, "Oh my god, it's back! Like it's real now. What's going on? This is such a surprise." Because I didn't tell people I was making this either. I just like dropped it one day, like, "Hey, here's a comic. Enjoy."
Wow. That's so
And
awesome.
Yeah, dude, people love it. Like I'm so happy, man. Like I finally I finished a comic.
It's
Yay.
so good.
Yeah.
Yay.
Love
Yeah.
that.
It's really, really good.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
so if there's any Ninjago fans in the audience, definitely go check that out.
Sure.
Enjoy it.
Yeah,
But
you know
yeah.
who's a Ninjago fan?
Meso.
Yeah. So
Okay.
anyway, that
We need to talk
screenshot
about
that you
this.
posted, Vin.
So-
We'll get back to Linkin Park, but let's
Okay.
talk about this.
Yeah,
So-
what's going on here?
Okay, the backstory
Meso's
on
in the
this.
making of his own comic. And
So-
all the panels are the thumbnails.
Ninjago, it ended. It had an era of Ninjago that ended with Crystallized, which came out like what last year, 2 years ago, something like that.
I think it's
And-
2 years ago.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And the ending featured a song which a lot of fans felt was extremely out of place because it was a song that was introduced like in that season, and this season was supposed to wrap like the saga that had started with the original season. So what Meso opted to do is he opted to replace that ending song with just the Weekend Whip or the Overture, like really classic songs that have been with the series through its run. And then he went one step
He
further
didn't stop there.
and he replaced it
Yeah, and he just kept
He
doing it.
spiraled.
with Numb from Linkin Park, with
And crawling.
Boulevard of
from
Broken
Linkin Park.
Dreams, with Gravity Hurts,
Adventure theme.
Crashed by Daughtry.
and he just kept doing it like,
Venom?
over and
he
over
wouldn't
and
stop.
over.
Yeah,
Dude, it's so weird.
it was really funny.
How is it that he had the time to do all this but not make a freaking thumbnail in Photoshop?
It's a very good question, man.
He was
Like,
he was
what?
getting them out really fast too, which I think was kind of weird.
Yeah,
Like,
this is the most editing I've
It
ever
was-
seen Meso do. He just kept spitting them out.
he
He's made
really
like,
wanted to make that point. I
he's
guess.
made dozens
I
of them.
love the,
Wait.
the 9-month gap.
He made one 3 months
Yeah,
ago. He's
the
still been
9
doing
months.
this.
Yeah. Yes.
What is this? What? He's been making these for over a year.
Bro still has the Adobe Premiere file and he updates it every so often.
What is he doing? He's just been doing this in secret. Like we just haven't even known.
No,
about it.
he does it in call usually. What I've seen.
Oh
him
my gosh.
What?
do. It was really
It's-
funny.
It's been this is
He lost subscribers from it, which I think.
I did not think I was gonna have to.
okay.
I
The
did not think I was
Mockingbird.
gonna have to scroll so much to find the Linkin Park in the end Bionicle music video.
The Mockingbird in our Patreon chat says he believes there are 66 of them currently.
Good.
Oh my
grief.
gosh.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Well, yeah. So
Linkin Park.
yeah, Linkin Park. He's got like a numb one and a crawling one, so that's fun. So there's a bit of nostalgia there, but so yeah, Linkin Park has returned. Man, we are really unable to avoid the topic of death in this episode, but as some of you might
What?
know, yeah, they were on kind of a hiatus type situation because of the passing of their previous lead singer, Chester Bennington. So they've been around. They've been posting things here and there, like remixes and like recuts of their previous work,
Anniversary.
Unreleased
thing.
songs too.
unreleased songs, yeah, anniversary stuff. So they've been active, but they haven't really put out any new material since the last album, One More Light. Turns out, in secret, they've been working on an entire album this whole time with a brand new vocalist, front woman, Emily Armstrong. It's now the new lead singer for the band. And they introduced her with a really cool live stream where they were going through like their old catalog of songs with her as the vocalist, and she sounded really cool. So
Honestly,
it was a very, very hype stream.
yeah, no, I watched the live stream and it was it was really impressive. They ran through so many songs like in such quick succession. To me, it was extremely impressive just from an endurance standpoint.
I thought the same thing. I thought, wow, they're doing a whole bunch of like bangers back to back. Like that's great. But at the same time, I couldn't help but just kind of like cringe a little bit. I was like, because I could tell that what's her name, Emily Armstrong. I could tell that she was struggling to keep up a bit, at least in the beginning. Because there would be some parts where I could like tell she's like straining her voice, or she's not really singing. She's letting the audience sing certain parts so she can catch her breath and all that. And I'll notice that, and I'll be like, oh, I don't know why they did this to you. They shouldn't have put these many like heavy songs back to back in the beginning.
Yeah, they did do a lot of the heavy ones, like just back to back to back. Like I don't think
pushing her
anybody
to hit
could do that
a bunch of
without
high
being-
notes and scream here and there, and it's like, oh man. But as the show went on, it did get a little bit better. I think waiting for the end when that came on, I was definitely a lot enjoying it a lot more. And I was like, yeah, all right, yeah, she's hitting the notes. I can hear her voice a little bit more clearly. Like, this is cool. And yeah, I mean, it was a bittersweet experience too, because I never did get the chance to see Linkin Park in concert. That's just something that never really came my way over the years. And then, that was one thing I was definitely sad about when I heard that Chester Bennington passed away. I was like, great, cool. I'm never going to be able to experience them live, like, all together. But, it was cool watching that show, getting a bit of that. And like I said, it's just bittersweet because then, you watch that show, and then there's like that part of me that's like, man, this is cool. I miss Chester Bennington. Like watching some of his older performances, like I know kind of what that's like and the energy he brought to the stage. And you can definitely feel like his absence. But that's not like a dig at Emily Armstrong, because she is definitely a great performer. She, I'm sure, did her best. I didn't watch the whole thing. I got maybe halfway, and then I had to like go do something else.
Right.
But from what I saw, I did like it, and I think she's a good fit.
Yeah.
Dude, it was like so hype watching like the beginning of the stream, because like, oh snap, Linkin Park is like doing a stream. What is this? Oh, it looks like it might be a concert. This looks like a venue.
Yeah.
Then it was like, oh, there's a light show. Okay, this is a concert. This is cool. And then it was like, oh, this is a new song. They're making music again. Then Emily came on stage and started singing. It was like, oh my god, they got a new singer. Like they're doing this.
They layered
Yeah.
it really,
Yeah.
really
And then,
well.
yeah, like, and then like the freaking YouTube stream description updated, like in the beginning as I was watching it, saying From Zero, new album coming November 15th. And I was like, oh my god.
Dude, the fact that there was like an album release date dropped that same day, I was like, what? Oh my
Right?
god. Like it was
an
overwhelming.
album and a tour. Like they have a tour scheduled already.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the first show was like next week or something.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
Not-
Yeah, like,
not
and they
making that one either.
basically kept it all secret. Like there were rumors going around that they were thinking about like bringing in a female vocalist. But there was nothing like confirmed or set in stone or anything. Meanwhile, turns out they've already had a female vocalist the whole time. They've recorded a whole album. It's ready. It's done. They're going on tour already.
Yeah, that is
So-
wild.
I guess they've
that
known
was a
her
pretty
since
crazy.
like
I can't believe they've been
2019.
able to keep that under wraps. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they've known her for a while. So.
Mhm.
Yeah, man, it was a very, very pleasant surprise. Really cool event. As a fan of Linkin Park, I was like super blown away. I thought she sounded great in basically all the songs. I definitely could tell that she was getting tired in some of the songs, like you mentioned, Vin. But I think her voice sounds great. and it doesn't sound like Chester, and I don't think that's a bad thing. Like, I like that. I like that it's a different sort of vibe. We're going kind of I saw some comments saying it's like a new era of Linkin Park, and I agree with that. I kind of like that we're doing something different and fresh, and they didn't get someone to just like mimic Chester's vocal style, you know? So
Yep. And
Yeah,
she,
like she's
go
like
ahead.
she's not a replacement. She's someone else. If
Yeah.
that makes sense.
yeah. So I like that.
I like that a lot too.
There's also a lot of controversy around her. We're not gonna get into all that.
Yeah, no.
We're not gonna touch on that too much, but there's some stuff out there. And if you're interested, feel free to look into it. If you're not, cool.
It's
But
it's always a fun day when you just get announced as being the lead singer of this extremely massive band, and you're already needing to make a statement on something. That's rough.
yeah.
That is rough.
It was
Yeah.
very funny because like I was looking at the chat and like the stream was posted and like people were freaking out in our group chat, and then someone posted an article or something talking about the controversy, and Purple was just like, man, it's been 3 minutes.
I know it is unfortunate that there's already all this controversy, but I am happy to see that, like, you know, one of my favorite bands is back to making music again. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I love Chester Bennington. The band, admittedly, the band has been more to me than just him. Like, obviously, he's a great big part of it because he was like the voice of like every song that you can think of. You're singing his words and everything, but it is a band after all. It was never just like
Yeah.
a one man act. So to
Mhm.
me, it was always about Chester. It was about Mike. It was about Johan. Even part of it was about Rob, even though he's not here anymore. You know,
Yeah.
Rob sat out like a few years ago, and that's fine. We still got Phoenix. Still got I forget his name, the guitarist. But you know,
Brad?
like I said, it's all about the band. Brad, there it is. Still got Brad, so I'm happy. I'm here for it, and the sound that I got from the new song "Emptiness Machine" is very much like, wow, yeah, we're back. Like this sounds
Yeah.
like
It's
something.
They're definitely heading back in the rock territory. You know,
Yeah.
more of the heavier kind of sound.
Yeah, this is like that Mike Shinoda, Johan production value right here. I can hear it. Like this is that unique
Yeah.
sound that Linkin Park has.
I-
I like it.
I do gotta say, I'm not as thrilled about their new logo reveal because they've modified their logo. And
Oh yeah, it looks like blobs.
Yeah, I understand they've done this a handful of times, but I've never been fond of the kind of vague resemblance when people like do a logo change, and this is very. It's a little too abstract for me. I thought that their original logo
Yeah.
is extremely clever. It's really, really good. So seeing this and it's
Yeah.
all blurry, it's just, I'm not thrilled.
They're
Yeah,
I'm
actually
not the
blobs,
biggest
like
fan
their
of it
album
either.
art.
I actually really, really like it. Like I really, really like it.
That's fair.
I think it's funny. I think I like it because of the reasons why you don't like it, Elgin.
Yeah, I definitely like
I
don't make it any secret. I definitely have like a threshold for abstractness. Like I can appreciate it in concept, but it's just not my flavor when it comes to
yeah.
after a certain point. Like you can like if you had shown me this in isolation, I couldn't tell you what it was supposed to be, but I know what it
Yeah,
is.
see, but that's why I like it though.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, I
Like-
mean, I
like-
kind of appreciate
like,
that
I-
aspect of it a little
Like
bit.
I like the reason I like that the vagueness and the abstractness is like I could see myself like wearing it on like a t-shirt or something. You know, like I don't really like merchandise that's like very in your face about what it is because I feel like it's very like advertisey, you know?
Right, like you're a
Um,
walking billboard.
Exactly, yeah. So I like things that are a bit more like abstract because they're more interesting that way. It's not like immediately like apparent what it is you're into, but just that you're into something, you know?
No, you know what?
I
I'm
get
with
that.
that because
I get
I
it.
do imagine this would look good on like a baseball cap or a beanie
Yeah,
or
exactly,
something.
exactly. This
Mhm.
would look
Like
so cool on a
this
baseball
would look pretty
cap.
cool on that. And then it's
Like,
like,
they have one. They're like selling a baseball cap with it on there.
yeah,
Well,
see,
there you
I'd,
go.
I'd probably buy that.
No, that's fair. I
I
get
like
that.
I like it that much, but I just prefer their older logo. That old logo was so like iconic.
Yeah, the old logo was pretty good though.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, the new
no
one is
argument
like, the new one is like, if you know, you know, and if you
Yeah,
don't, then
yeah.
that's just shapes.
yeah.
Yeah, but isn't that cool though? That's so cool.
Yeah, I don't know. You're kind of selling me the whole if you know, you know.
I get it. No,
I like that.
Like I can certainly
Picasso.
appreciate it. I'm a little biased toward the way the old logo works because like my avatar in Discord right now, my logo,
Is the
it's-
Linkin Park logo?
it's something that is a shape, but it has more to it than that. Like the Linkin Park
Yeah,
logo,
it's more defined.
it's LP. And like, oh, that's really cool the way that it all shapes together. And like mine is a mangosteen, but it's LJ. Like Zeros did an
Yeah,
exceptional
yeah.
job like
Wait,
crafting
is
that.
yours an LJ?
Yeah.
Yeah, it says
Oh, it
LJ,
is.
dude.
What?
And so like
How have I never noticed this?
yeah, it's LJ in the
little
shape of a
upset.
mangosteen. But
That's so sick.
so like
How do
for-
I get one?
so like
You got-
that's why I love stuff like that. And that's why I really love
Yeah.
the Linkin Park logo. So, but I understand exactly where you're coming from, and especially in regards to, like, you want something that doesn't look like just an advertisement. I completely get that.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's probably primarily why I like the logo so much, because I like that it's something that I can display without it feeling like I'm just advertising the band. So
Speaking of Linkin Park merch, did you guys see the Linkin Park Nuva Cube T-shirt?
I'm sorry. What?
Oh wow,
What the heck?
that's funny. That looks pretty cool. I'd wear it.
Yeah.
I almost feel like it'd be really
Interesting.
cool if they were on like the sleeves, like there were 2 on one sleeve and then 2 on another.
Yeah. I could s-
And then you have the
I'm not
new
feeling
logo
the-
and the
what is
torso.
that? There's like a little. There's like some text there on the right part.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
can't
feeling
even
that.
read it. I'm not even part of LPU, so.
Yeah. Dude, I was so
LPU
confused
exclusive.
like when the stream was going on and I saw there was an audience. I'm like, people got invited to this? Like, who
I was
are
thinking
these
that
people?
too. Like, who
I
are
would've
these people?
gone.
How did they get here?
Yeah, I was a little upset, low key. But
Well,
it's okay. Linkin
I-
Park's back.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just happy that we now might have some new songs we get to sing along to while we're on trips.
I
you
know.
Yeah.
It's so crazy how like over the years Linkin Park has always been like a TTV thing.
Yeah.
Every
Speaking
album
of,
release, we'll like listen to it together.
And speaking of trips, we actually just had one recently.
Wow, dude, that segue, I like it.
Top 10 TTV Segues.
Oh shoot,
I
Purple!
approve
Thank you
of
for
this
saying
one.
top 10. I gotta talk about the top 10s at some point, but let's talk about this first.
Yeah,
Hook,
so
line, and sinker, dude.
there were 2 separate trips technically that happened recently. You guys might have noticed we didn't do a podcast last month.
Yes.
So we
Oh.
skipped that.
I was wondering why it ended. I was like, how come we haven't talked about this stuff yet? Oh.
It
Yeah.
was like, it was considered, but at some point, like people were just too busy, and it got toward the end of the month, and it's like, we've already had like our get together. We can at least do a podcast next month, which interestingly enough does make the last time we recorded a TTV podcast in August, 2019, or I take that back, 2020.
Oh, nice. It's
Dang.
been 4 years.
And it's
That's
always
pretty
gonna be
wild.
that way, I guess.
It will be.
So I guess LJ, would you like to talk about your adventures in Brickfair first?
Sure. Yeah. So I went to Brickfair.
No, let's let Zach talk about it.
Oh, that's a good point. Yes. Okay. Hey, Zach. Did you have fun at Brickfair?
Zach, go for it. Zach was going to be here, but unfortunately he contracted a little bit of COVID.
Yeah.
Oh, he's Sergeant SARS now.
Yeah, Sergeant
What?
SARS.
What? Sergeant's what? He's gonna get promoted
That's
to
too
Captain
far.
COVID?
No, he's Sergeant SARS. Actually, no, he can be Captain COVID. I already used Sergeant SARS on someone else.
Okay, that's a decision. So, Zach and I actually did go to Brickfair. Brickfair, Virginia. It takes place in Chantilly the first weekend in August every year. And we went. We were there I was there for all 5 days. Zach joined a couple of days in. And we had a really good time. It was a lot of fun. I put on a whole bunch of events at Brickfair like I normally do. Like I had a trivia challenge, and that was a blast. Ran a board game gauntlet, which was unique. A friend of mine.
What is that?
You have basically 4 tables of people, or three tables of people, and they're all playing Bionicle board games,
Oh no.
and they're all just
Like different
yeah,
ones, or is it...
all different board games. I actually think there might have been four tables. There were 13 people total, and every table had a different Bionicle board game, and
I didn't realize there were that many.
Yeah.
So it was actually a blast. It worked out great. Everyone had a lot of fun playing their own board games and winning prizes, and it was surprisingly, it was the most haphazard of the events, but it went the easiest. Honestly, it was a lot of fun. I tried to do a seminar
cool.
about how to make a Lego project, and that did not work because it turns out my computer is ancient now. So that I tried.
Rip.
And then we also played Legends of Metro Nui, which is the second Bionicle movie, because it turns 20 years this year. And that went totally fine. But we hung out with a bunch of Ninjago folk. Joshua Deck, who was over on the Keep the Peace channel, hung out with him, and that was a blast.
Joshua.
A whole bunch of new faces.
Joshua, woo, woo.
And yeah, so it was a good time. It was really busy. It was like go, but I'm usually like just going at
Well,
Brick
that's
Fair.
the Brick Fair experience for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was good to see a bunch of people, and most everything went off without a hitch, so it was good.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I was really excited, though, for the second part of the trip, where I could actually relax.
Yeah.
Yeah. and
We
then did
love
do that.
relaxation trips.
Yeah. Then LJ and Zach did a bit of a road trip on down over here to the lovely state of North Carolina to hang out with us. And that was a good old time. It was you, Zach, and Meso, right? And then
Yes.
Me and Purple.
Yep, it was the 5 of us. I put the picture back on screen when we were discussing other topics at the
Hey.
beginning. But,
Yeah, so that was us at a cat cafe. That was a nice place. We love that place.
That's a really, really nice place. It's just really relaxing.
Yeah. Very quaint and cute.
No,
and you can play with kitties. We didn't get to play with the kitties, though.
that is true.
Why not?
We didn't make a reservation.
Yeah, you have to make a reservation, and we just never did.
Oh.
But we also never really had like a shortage of things to do either, though. So it's not like there was really any time to do it. But
Yeah,
yeah, the second part of the trip, we just kind of hung out. We just we played some card games, did a golfing session type thing. What was
Yeah.
that?
We played Uno No Mercy.
Ooh.
Dude, that game is ridiculous.
That game was so funny. I still remember like Meso
Uno,
just getting
hey.
totally screwed over by like all of us
Okay.
so early on in a match.
But it
Oh
wasn't.
man, I wish I
you
were
gotta
there
play
so I
the-
could have helped him.
Yeah, dude, you got to play the No Mercy version. It is freaking brutal. Like,
Yeah.
my gosh.
It was insane. I thought it was going to drag on. Quite the opposite. It is cutthroat.
Literally the opposite. Yeah, so like regular Uno, the goal is to only have like one card left and you win. But this game, you can still win that way, but the goal really is to eliminate people.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
True.
Nah,
think
dude,
the-
I know I'd probably be one of the first people to get eliminated.
I don't know,
dude,
man.
it's so chaotic, man.
Because
Yeah.
y'all hate the way I play.
Because like the limit is 25 cards, so you can't have more than 25. And sometimes you'll have people that have like
Oh.
16 and then get hit by a +10 and then another plus 10.
Dude, the +10s and stuff just stack so much. Like you'll have like rounds where everybody just like has been holding on to like 3 different +3s or 4s or something. So someone will like play a +4, and then the person next is like, oh yeah, well here's a +4, and then the person after that's like, oh yeah, well here's my +4, and it just
Oh,
keeps
man.
rotating and rotating around until someone finally gets hit with like a +30 or something.
Yeah.
And they're
It's-
just killed.
It's brutal.
That sounds amazing.
Mhm.
Honestly,
it was so much
down.
fun.
it was kind of funny how Meso kept on being the one that got taken out first, because when we played Uno in 2021 during our Tennessee trip, it was Zach. Ven kept on just demolishing Zach. It was the funniest thing, because every single time Ven would go, "Hey Zach, you like playing this game? You like playing Uno?" And then wham, hit him with like a +8 or some
See,
ridiculous number.
I think my favorite part about this version of Uno is that it kind of prevents, in a way, it sort of like punishes you for playing like that, though. Because, like, you get into these circumstances where you have, like, a lot of, like, really bad cards, like +3s and stuff. But you also know that everybody else around you has them, and no one wants to be the first person to set off the nuke, basically. Because it's, like, mutually assured destruction when you do it.
It's so
Oh,
good.
that's fine.
Once
Isn't
you
the
do
button
it, someone else is
better?
gonna do it, and it's just gonna be like, who knows who's gonna end up getting kicked out.
No, I'll absolutely do it. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm with Ben there. I
He's
agree with
crazy.
him.
I will
do
take
the
you
same.
down with me. I'm crazy.
Well, see,
You
that's
know
how
what I'll
Meso
do.
got knocked out every time. He was the one that always started it, and
Well, Meso
it always
doesn't know
ended
how
up
to do it
rebounding back to
properly.
him.
Yeah, but Meso don't know what he's doing. He's not even here.
Dang.
True. I hope he's okay.
Me
I
too.
hope he's okay too.
It's
So
extremely
that I can play Uno with him.
like
We
Yeah.
still have not heard back from him. We don't know what's going on.
yeah, like we haven't. The latest anyone heard from him was like what, 7:30 Eastern.
I haven't heard from him
Like
in
4 hours
3 or
ago.
4 hours.
I
Yeah.
haven't heard from him in months.
Okay, Ben.
Okay.
Yeah, because we were
It's
calling
true.
him and nothing.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
hopefully he's all right. But yeah, no. So we played a lot of card games. We did Top Golf for.
Yep,
the
that's what's
Oh,
equivalent
called.
to
Top
that.
Golf. Yes.
It was
Top
my
Golf.
my first time
Or-
playing
Wait,
Top
is that
think
the
we
first time going?
I think we went to Drive Shack, not Top Golf, but it's the same. It's the same thing.
Oh, I only know it as Top
it's
Golf.
Yeah. Potato tomato.
What?
It's a branding thing. Oh, see, wait, do you not know what it is, Leo?
No, I do. And I went in Oklahoma.
Okay.
Yeah, I've gone to one here in Florida.
No,
too.
he doesn't know what that is actually. He's never been.
It's like
Poor thing.
I don't even really know how to describe it. It's like a
Basically, you
golf-
stand
driving
on a
range.
balcony and you
Well-
just golf into an empty field.
You don't always have to
Golf.
stay on the balcony. You could be on the ground floor as well.
Balcony
Yeah.
is cooler though.
I agree.
balcony is,
I don't know why
Yeah,
you would
she
be on
got
the
you there,
bottom
dude.
floor.
but yeah,
Um,
you just like you golf into an open field, and like it can keep track of like how far the ball goes and like where
Yeah.
it lands and
You
stuff.
can
So
play
there's, like,
games too.
Yeah, there's like mini games they have that can like you can play. We didn't really get that far because we didn't know what we were doing. So
Oh,
Yeah, we're not
dang.
that good at golfing.
I don't know.
We
some,
just did the
some of us.
game where you go as far as possible.
So,
Like VAR got really consistently good toward the end.
Yeah, I
But that
started
was
out
it.
really
In the
really
beginning,
bad.
horrible.
No, it's true. In the beginning, I was really bad. I almost took out an old lady, like next to us, like several times.
Yeah.
For no reason.
I forgot about that.
This
He
man's
kept on
crazy.
hitting the ball. It would hit the ceiling and then like ricochet
dude,
others.
oh my god.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
I was
Yeah.
dangerous.
The one time I like played, I just constantly missed the ball. I don't know how. I have very
Meso
bad
kept
high
doing
hand
that.
coordination.
Meso was
I
consistent
could see that.
in his swing, but his swing was always right above it. It was either Meso or Zach.
Both
Yeah,
of
no.
them not here.
See, okay, so Zach was really, really good. He just could not hit the ball. Like he would have like the most perfect swing ever, and you just know that if it had made contact with the ball, it would have gone like super far. But he kept swinging over the ball every time.
Zach, in our first game, I'll put the results up on screen. Zach got and it remained throughout our playtime, he got the furthest hit of anyone.
Yeah. He had the best form. Like he looked like he knew what he was doing.
Like, he missed
yeah.
the ball. I mean,
No,
do you really know what you're doing?
He
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point.
he won our first round with 164 yards in one swing, and he had the most total yards at 830. He was good. Until
he was doing
he
pretty good. He
wasn't. No.
He just couldn't hit the freaking ball.
Hey Zach, you really like golf, huh?
It was kind of annoying
him
whenever
next time.
it was kind of annoying whenever it was Zach's turn, because like we're on a time limit, and whenever it was Zach's turn, you just know it's gonna take like 5 minutes before it's someone else's turn.
Just kick the ball at that point. Who cares?
But yeah, no, that's basically our fun times here in NC. We didn't really do too
that's
much.
awesome.
We just hung out.
Ooh, it
Glad
was
you guys had a good time.
it was also a lot of fun. We kept on going to a bunch of bricks and minifigs in the area and just raiding them of Bionicle
Ah,
pieces.
Man.
Yeah. We found
That's
some good
messed up.
finds.
Yeah.
I basically got an entire set of the Toamata out of that. So
You're welcome.
I would say that's very successful. Yeah, the only one I didn't get was Tahu. So Ven sent me the pieces for Tahu. Thank you, by the way, Ven.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But yeah, so that was a lot of fun too.
Yeah, no, that was a blast. Overall, the trip just went super well, and it was nice and relaxing.
Oh, and Meso got a mask too. That was really cool.
You got a mask? Oh, shoot! Yes, no, that's right.
Oh yeah.
Forgot about that.
You got a mask.
Vin, you want to talk about that a bit? Because that, as far as I understand, that was all you're doing.
Oh no, I mean it was LJ's idea technically.
Hello.
Ah.
Yep. So this isn't a secret. His birthday's known. Meso's birthday was last month, and this is also the year that I've known Meso for 15 years, and I really wanted to get
It's your 15th anniversary.
Gross.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
I really wanted
Wait,
to get him
when
something.
was our anniversary?
Dude, it was last year. Dude, Ven, I've known you longer than I've known
You
Meso.
didn't get me anything.
Dude, that's
What
messed
the
up.
heck?
Dude,
Hey,
That's
LJ,
messed
my
up.
birthday's in a couple months.
It is in a couple months.
Yeah.
I haven't
You're
forgotten.
doing
Also-
doing anniversary gifts now, and you skipped me.
Listen, I
That's
didn't
messed up.
do anniversary gifts for anyone else.
Bruh.
Well, why
That's
not? Maybe
even
I want
worse.
something.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
man.
I'll get you guys anniversary gifts. All right.
Where's
See,
my
see,
commissioned mask?
LJ, this is why I don't do presents for people, because you get into situations like this.
Nah,
it's
nah,
so
dude.
much easier to just not get anything for anybody.
It is, but
That's messed up, dude.
I love getting you guys gifts. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
And I like getting free stuff, so it's like a win-win.
okay.
Gift giving is one of my love languages.
That's
So
why.
Gift acquisition is one of
give me
mine.
gifts.
Listen, Ben, I gave you something for your birthday this year too.
Yeah.
What's that supposed to mean? Okay.
I want no mask. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to come back to that, but let's talk about the mask first. So I wanted to get Meso something really cool. I have my Miru, and he has... So the mask that he has switched to, because he used to be known for the Paraka skull with the horns, he's switched in recent years to... It is a fan version of the Mask of Incomprehension, which is... It has a design, but it has never appeared in a set. But Meso really likes it, so he switched to it. And I approached Ven, who recently acquired a 3D printer, about possibly making this mask. And Ven, do you want to talk a little bit about the process?
And since then, your boy has been busy with the mask. Like, it's been a while since I've talked about 3D printing, and this project was basically why. It was like my only 3D printing project for a minute. On top of the fact that like my job situation changed too, so I was just busy overall. But yeah, no. So at the beginning of the year, like almost as soon as I got that 3D printer, LJ brings up this idea, and I told him that I wasn't sure that I'd be down to do it, but I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out just because of like, it'd be my first time approaching it. And so, he sends me the details about how his mask got made. He sent me a link to his review of it and everything just to use for reference. And I was like, you know what, yeah, like, cool, this should work. I'm going to do it. And so went ahead and printed out this mask in parts. Like it wasn't already prepared for that. Of course, like I had to find the 3D model online. I had to scale it up. I had to basically guess, I guess, how big it had to be, because I don't have Meso's head for scale or anything or for reference. I can only use myself and other like wearable stuff that I have on me. So I used like a Spider-Man mask and like my Master Chief helmet to try and give me an idea of how big I should make this. And scaled it. I scaled it accordingly in Blender. I got like a random human head model to put behind it. I shaved things down, got rid of the axle, and just like played around with the internal part of the mask so that it wouldn't like, I don't know, so that it would be properly wearable on like a human head. And then sliced it into parts, so that it could be spliced back together once it was all printed out. And then just got to work. And honestly, the whole thing was a learning process, because printing everything in parts meant that I also had to figure out how to put it all together. And that's how I learned how to do like this sort of like connection pegs that print onto the parts. I learned I'm never going to do that again, because they were, or at least if I am, I'm going to change some things, because they were printed out a little too perfectly to the point where they would barely like fit into the peg holes. So there was a lot of struggle getting the pieces to fit together, and I hurt myself a few times doing it. And then there was also a little bit of warping here and there that I ended up having to compensate for later on in the process of like sanding down the mask and whatnot. But I will say for sure, the easiest part was, I guess, getting to that part where I get to like paint everything. Everything until that point, it was kind of a struggle. Putting the mask together, laying down some like, I tried a few different things actually. I tried like this like wood filler, I think it was like Gorilla Glue branded wood filler, to try and like get in between some crevices so that it didn't look like it was originally in different pieces. Then that didn't really work out too well. I've tried something else, some like wall epoxy thing, like the type of thing you usually use to cover up dents and stuff in drywall. I tried that. That left a really weird texture that I ended up having to sand down, and I ended up going over the whole thing with Bondo, which is what was used for LJ's mask. I honestly should have just done that from jump, but the only reason why I didn't was because I was just worried about like just the use of it, like that thing produces fumes and stuff, and I wasn't too confident that I'd be able to handle it well. But I prepared myself, got myself the nice old mask, goggles, full safety kit and everything. Almost put myself in a hazmat suit. I was ready, because I was like, you know what, I need to make this work. And it worked. I mean, the Bondo worked really fine. I was able to sand it down, get it painted. I threw in some LED lights, because months have gone by, and I was like, I feel bad that I like have spaced out this process so long. Like, I wanted it to be done within a month or two, but then life just kept getting in the way. I needed to work outdoors, and the outdoors weren't working with me. Weather did not permit sometimes. I didn't have the space. It was just a lot. But honestly, I mean, if I would totally be down to do it again, just on the fact that by the end of it, I was proud of it, and I knew exactly what to do for the next one if I ever made another one.
It
You know,
it turned out
it really was a learning experience.
exceptionally. Dude, the lights are absolute. I did not expect that. Icing on the cake, they were exceptional. You even got them in the shape of like a Metru head, like the eyes on the
Yep.
Metru. It's just, those are crazy, crazy cool. They elevate it so much. And everything turned out great. Meso loved it, and it fits him perfectly. It actually has, it's really cool, and he commented on it. It has a bone-like texture to it.
Yep.
And that was just, it was awesome.
That's
so
the
good.
only reason why I didn't spend much more time on sanding it down. Honestly, it was because, yeah, it did have that texture. It wasn't intentional, but I had a feeling he'd probably appreciate it because I got the same thing too, where I also thought, oh, this kind of does remind me of like bone texture, so maybe this is something he'll be cool with since his whole thing is having a skull for a face.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, yeah, no, I'm really happy that with how it turned out. Especially happier that you guys liked it so much. You know, and like I said, I'm more than down to do this again. It's just a matter of finding the time because I definitely want to make my own.
Yeah, no,
Just for myself. Like I almost didn't want to send this one.
I gotta be honest, man. I know we've talked about it. I have a vision, you know. Like, I know.
Yes.
I know it would be cool to do, and I think you and I can make it happen.
Oh yeah.
I say you and I because obviously, since this was a gift from Meso, and I didn't want to ask Ven to do all this work for nothing. Like, I paid for all of the materials and whatever else Ven needed me to. And yeah, it just
That was
turned out.
basically it. It was just the materials, really, and the labor.
Well, yeah, of course, and the labor. But it was outstanding. It worked out great. I really want to put LEDs on my mask, but I don't think the way that it's built, I just don't think that's possible.
Yeah, you might have. Yeah, because you have that acrylic screen in yours.
Like the visor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's straight up. It's a
Yeah.
single piece, like a visor. So I would have to drill holes somewhere. But I don't know. Probably a project for another day. And I now know that
Could always
if
make another
anyone,
one.
like that's the thing. Like my Miru, I haven't seen anyone like make as nice of one in the way that mine is. Like mine is.
I don't know. I feel like I saw one guy.
Listen here. Listen
I
here.
did see one kind of recently floating
I will
around.
go to
Like,
war.
I feel like I saw another one.
I will fight. No.
There's one
That
out
one
there.
might even say it could be better.
Okay. All right. You know what? Let's go. I'm rolling up my sleeves. Let's go, guys. No. But I know that if anyone can usurp it, it's Ven.
Aw,
Yeah.
thanks, man.
That's so nice.
Thank you, Ven. Thank you for putting all this hard work. It turned out phenomenally. And one day our goal will be realized.
I think it's definitely like feasible.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now, like I said, now that I know what to do and I've tried and I found out what works and what doesn't, I'm like, oh, I know exactly. Like, dude, I almost wanted to make a whole nother one just because I was like, oh, I know how I can make it perfect now. But I was like, no, it's gonna be too much money to get the more materials.
So good.
I was about to be like, sorry, LJ, I'm scrapping this one. You're gonna get a whole nother one. Oh, and the timing too, because I barely got this to you in time
But
for
you know what?
the meetup.
You did
Yeah,
make
Vin,
it.
I gotta say, you did get it to us, but it barely survived shipping.
Yeah, and that genuinely was just part of the whole, like, I was running out of time. I could not like think, like, I shipped it out the same day that I like packed it and everything,
I
and
see.
then on that same day I even did one last coat of a clear
Oh my
coat.
God. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, no, I was like very much in a rush to just be like, I gotta send it out. I'm gonna do my best to pack it with what I got and hope for the best.
Fair
And
enough.
I'm glad to see that it survived the trip for
Yeah,
like
I don't think it got damaged.
98% of it, I guess. 95%.
Yeah. There was only one corner of one of the, the tips of it that chipped off, but we'll fix that later.
Yeah, I got a bone to pick with UPS actually.
No, no,
Bro,
no.
I got, dude. It was not UPS. Bro, you picked like the most paper thin cardboard to put that in. There was like no like packing like stuffing at all. Like
What do you mean? I put a box within the box.
That's not enough
Dude,
packing.
That box fell
Dude,
apart.
Leo,
like,
shut
there
up!
was-
You weren't there.
The box was barely holding on. Like the tape wasn't really even like taped.
Okay.
Like-
First off, that box I used was an Amazon box, so you got to take that up with Amazon because that's what they shipped. I don't remember what it was, but that's what they shipped something in it.
We're not supposed to
Like
reuse
pillows.
boxes like that, bro.
Why not? I reuse boxes all the time. It's called recycling. It's called going green. Lamar. You should try it sometime. This is why our planet's
You're right.
dying.
You're right. You're right. I should go green.
Ew.
Jeez, Lewis.
We can't keep using resources and stuff like that. You're right. I should go green.
It's
well,
a great
anyway, shut up.
It's not.
It's not a creative color.
Hey, watch it, bub.
We are getting towards the end of this show today. I don't know. We might have enough time for like maybe one more topic. I don't know if there's anything else we really want to talk about. We haven't really.
There's one other thing we did on the trip.
Yeah, what was that?
We watched a couple of movies. Specifically two.
Oh yeah, we did. We did do that, huh?
We did do that. One of them was really good, and the other one was... Ooh.
I forgot we watched another movie. I only remember Deadpool.
That movie was so bad.
Dude.
What was it even called? I don't remember.
Long Legs.
Long Legs, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
We watched the horror movie Long Legs, which everybody around the entire internet was hyping up to be the scariest thing ever, and then we saw it, and it sucked. It was not good.
Yeah. No.
Dang.
I did not like it.
Have you seen it, Ben?
I have not seen it. I've been looking forward to seeing it because I've heard, all the buzz and also Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage is one of the worst parts about it.
Yeah, but that's what's gonna make it one of the best parts about it for me, though.
Oh, no, it ain't. Oh, no, it ain't.
Oh, yes, it will. Oh, yes, you don't know me like that. You don't know what I'm about.
Listen, Ben, I've known you for
You don't
16
know how
years.
you don't know how I get down with Nicolas Cage.
I don't want to know that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it has an 85% on Rotten Tomatoes right now, and I do not understand it. Like,
That's
it's not-
wild.
It
I
is not a
remember-
good movie.
Like, people were talking about it in one of the chats, right? And then I was like, oh, how'd it go? And you're like, not good.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Dang.
huh.
Like, I like horror movies. I watch a lot of them, and this one was just not it. I don't know what people were talking about. I will say it was very well shot. Like, the cinematography, the framing, the color grading, it was all very good. The editing, all that was great. Just the story sucked. Like, it just wasn't good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's too bad.
Yeah. But Deadpool and Wolverine was very, very good. Very
That is
funny.
a good movie.
Yes, I love that movie so much.
That was
Dude,
such a
LJ
good...
was literally... Yeah, LJ was literally dying in the theater. He was laughing so freaking loud.
I'm sorry.
I don't blame
Embarrassed.
him.
So funny.
I've told you guys it already, but I genuinely do think this is the funniest Deadpool movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so
enjoyed
too.
it a lot.
I don't
Right.
even remember the second one, so...
I have so I went to watch it with a friend who never watched the first two, or watched like 90% of the old Marvel movies, but he was having a blast the whole time, and that was nice to see.
It was so funny. There was
It
one
was really good.
one scene, I won't spoil it, but there was one scene that had me in tears.
Yeah,
The
that
movie,
was really,
isn't the
really
movie
funny.
been over like a month? I think we can spoil it.
Yeah, it's I don't wanna. In case anyone is planning on seeing
Yeah,
it, just
it's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah, you don't want to be
Alright.
that guy for somebody.
Yeah, but if it's LJ, it's funnier. And then we
Someone-
can make him feel bad.
Nah, yeah,
Someone-
but nah, you don't. Yeah.
someone found out about
yeah.
something that happened in the news for the first time this episode. I don't wanna I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that to someone
Yeah,
else.
but the news also came out today too.
Yeah, it's relevant news.
But still.
Well,
Yeah.
it's not like we're going in like a in-depth review. We don't need to spoil things. It's fine.
All right.
But no, it was a really good time.
Yeah,
really
I mean,
good
we.
movie.
It was fun.
Yeah, no, it was great.
it was
I'm
very
just
fun.
happy that we finally got to see like just the dynamic of Deadpool and
Yeah.
Wolverine on the
The
big
team up.
screen.
They definitely worked together very well.
As someone who has always been a fan of the characters, I'm like, oh god,
Yeah.
why didn't we get this sooner? This is so good.
And it was also very cathartic to see Hugh Jackman in the Wolverine suit. Finally.
Yeah,
After
finally.
what, like
Yeah.
20 years of playing
20
Wolverine, we
years.
finally get him to see
Yeah.
in the outfit.
No, that was
Yeah.
so good.
Very
So
cool.
good.
There's a lot of other little things here and there too that I'm not going to spoil that are also very cool and very cathartic to see too. So that was it was a very very good movie. It was a fun time, very funny. I love the intro. I think it was my
Yes.
favorite part
Dude,
of the movie.
everyone, that was all over the internet.
Yeah.
Like for
It was so
weeks.
hyped. Like I was just having such a fun.
This whole
time.
movie really did break the internet for a hot minute. There's been so many memes. Some of it's spoilers. I'm like, why are you guys so comfortable
Oh my
posting?
God.
This is a spoiler. Leave it alone. It's
The
funny though.
spoilers were impossible to avoid.
Yeah,
I got
you
spoiled
really
on a lot of
couldn't.
things.
I avoided them.
Well, you don't use
Look
Twitter.
at you. Look at
Yeah.
you.
I mean, you don't, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not even just Twitter. It was like on Instagram.
It
and
was
everything,
everywhere.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
like
a
the
lot of it
credits a lot.
On
a lot of it
Reddit.
was also that intro, which like you said, Var, that was a dynamite intro.
That dude, there's like a Lego animation of that intro
Mhm.
within like a few days of the movie being out. I'm like,
Well,
oh my
I
god.
think the person that makes that does it pretty frequently. Was it the same kid?
I think
that
it's
worked on
the
Spider-Verse?
same kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the guy that animated
Does that a
for the Spider-Man movie.
He works fast.
Yeah, he
Was
works.
that child
extremely
labor?
Yes, but
they signed
well,
like
it's okay.
a lot of things. It's strange.
I think
They got away
more
with it
like,
legally.
if it's a commission, does that? I don't know.
I think the answer
Why are
is
we
yes. I think the more complicated answer
Lego Me
is,
the
is
OG. Do you listen to TTV?
the more
I highly
complicated question
doubt
is
it.
whether or not it's okay, and I am not equipped to answer that question. But yes, I think it was child labor technically.
Bruh, it's messed up.
But yeah, no, like
I
I
said it
love
really
the
well.
intro. I thought the intro did a great job setting the tone for the rest of the movie, and
Yeah.
so, this is very also I just love that band and some good times there.
What is that? What was that?
What?
No, nothing. Never mind. Anyway, what was the next? No,
What?
no, move on. What's the next thing you're
What?
gonna say, Mr. Segway?
What is your problem?
Oh my god.
What is your problem with me, dude?
Where's Meso?
We don't
We
know.
don't know.
We don't know. Still no updates. I'm still worried. I'm getting more worried by the second.
Well,
My
speaking of
headcanon is that he is asleep in a normal way.
not being here, I think it's
Normal.
time for us to not be here anymore.
Yeah.
Well,
Really? Okay. We want to end? All right.
in that
that's
case,
fine.
before we do,
Getting late.
if I can remind everyone of a couple of things.
My birthday is soon.
My
That's
birthday
great.
passed and I didn't get a mask.
Okay,
Happy birthday,
listen,
It's a
Ben.
month and a half.
You
Almost.
still have 2 months.
do you know how many people I know can make masks? I know of two. I know of you, and I know of another guy, and I'm not going to go to that guy.
That's messed up.
I'm going to go to you,
Why
Ven.
aren't you gonna go to
because
that guy?
You make, because Ven makes
Yeah.
such incredible masks. Listen, Ven, if you'll make
made
your
one.
mask, can I pay you to make your mask, and does that count?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay, I'm
You
down.
should
You can-
upcharge him now.
You can buy my filament.
You know,
upcharge him.
sure. You know what? I'll even pay you for the labor. Let's do it.
Oh,
my
wow,
God.
sweet.
Yeah.
It's gonna be double what you paid for Meso.
What? What?
Why double? Do triple.
What? What the fudge, Leo? That's messed up.
He has to test print it and make sure everything's right.
So,
That's true.
just so everyone remembers, this podcast is not only ending soon in a few moments, it's also ending in a few months. Forever.
Yay.
That's messed up.
Thank you, Lord.
I'll
Please
take
let
my
it die.
So
Lots
Let
of
it die.
death today.
In-
Lots of death.
Yeah, we can't escape the death. That's definitely been a theme here. I hope that's not a big red flag
Oh,
for
shoot.
what's going on with Nesso.
what's the title of the episode?
Oh no.
Top,
Nesso's
listen,
missing. I
top
don't know.
10 TTV segues. Trust me.
Okay, that's a good. That's a good way to go.
That's actually
was-
a really good title. I'm
I
down.
know.
It's not, that's not bad.
I'm gonna be
Do we
honest.
even have
I was kind of
segues?
digging.
It's so clickbaity.
I was really.
Yeah.
I was really digging Zach is Captain COVID, but I also like that one.
I'm down for either one, but of course I might be a little biased there.
We can, if someone wants to put that up. To
Either
a vote,
way, I
go
made a
for it.
name for myself here.
Wow.
I'm biased towards the one I suggested because I can't remember the last time I named an episode, if ever.
Hey, well, in that case, it has to be that one then.
I'm down.
I agree.
All right,
Yay!
I'm down.
Congratulations.
top 10
Well, we got the
TTV
episode title
segues.
settled.
This has
Yay.
been the best return of Purple ever
Mhm.
Oh, thank
in the
you.
history of returns
She
of
has
Purples.
been Purple. You've been
Yeah,
so
I actually had a lot of fun.
makes me so
Yeah.
happy.
Not only were you here, but you got to talk about stuff you care about, and I love
Right?
And this episode's gonna be
Yay.
under 2 hours, which is a rarity for us.
that. Oh man, take
We did
that,
it, guys.
Meso.
Nesso's missing, and we have under
So
2 hours.
I really hope nothing happened.
I really hope
This
nothing
is gonna be
happens.
bad. This is gonna be. Okay, so
Knock on wood, everybody.
We might have to do an update, like to let the audience know, because they're going to be wondering too.
we'll
TTV
pin it.
episode 359. Meso is fine, guys. Don't worry.
That would work fine.
So
Yeah, we can pin a comment. That's not a bad idea.
I'm down for that. So, just as a reminder for everyone, in preparation for the end of the TTV podcast, which will be ending on May 4th, 2025, in celebration of its 15 years of existence, we've got a couple of topics up on the TTV message boards. We have the top 10 TTV podcast moments of all time, and we have the top 10 TTV episodes of all time. So, head over to those topics. Submit your favorite moments, submit your favorite episodes, and after the 365th episode of the podcast, we will be having a poll, running a poll to order them and figure out what order the top 10 are. So, or top 15, sorry, they're top 15 because 15 years, that's right. So yeah, please go ahead and check those out and submit your favorites. And that's it. That's all I got.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Oh, yeah, you have
Thank you,
links here.
LJ.
Yeah.
Very
Links
cool.
are posted. All right, everybody. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of TTV. Tune in next month for another exciting episode. And hopefully I will not be hosting that one.
Yay.
We will wait and see.
I'll have
But
something
yeah.
to talk about.
So this has been episode 358. I am Var.
I am LJ.
I am Ben.
I am purple.
And I'm Leo.
Once again, 358 TTV Podcast. We will see you guys next time.
Yeah.
Woo!
Bye.
Bye.
See you, everybody.
Bye.